I'm very interested because the last devlogs that he did, they were all about Punch-a-Bunch. His last words were, I'm gonna learn Unreal Engine now. So I think this game is actually made in Unreal Engine. He made the entire game in 8 months, which is huge. See, that's why I usually say or tell people, listen, you should be using engines to make a game because you can make them so fast in these engines. All right, let's see.
Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. One of the most hated games on the internet.
Oh God!
Oh, I hated that game as well.
One of my all-time favorites. But I'm disappointed we don't have more games like this. So I spent an entire year trying to make one.
An entire
and this
year.
video documents the entire process I suffered through to make it.
Okay.
And it's available today on Steam. Please buy it. Okay, big surprise. I kind of want to make a climbing game. As far as I can tell, there aren't really any actual climbing games out there except for Bennett Foddy's Flash game from 2011, which I don't understand how to play. So this seems like a good gap in the market. But how do you control both hands and feet without it getting too complicated?
Oh shit, I've
My
been
first thought
watching
was
without
to make
this.
it turn-based. So you'd move your hand, then your other hand, and your feet, and so on. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. But
Probably just
we'll
the
give it a
hands,
try.
because
So
we've seen
I
the
started
trailer.
a fresh new project in Unity. Actually, I
Oh, thank God.
started this project in Godot, but I later had to switch to Unity. Anyways, more on that later.
This guy, didn't he say at the end of his devlog that he switched or wanted to switch over to Unreal Engine? And then he tried to use Godot for a game. And he switched over from Godot. And people tell me that I have a skill issue with Godot.
He abandoned Godot after getting mad. Sounds like you gotta get good. Am I right? High five. Woo, baby, let's go. Cakes right now. Oh, Godot is so hard. I need to go back to C++. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I wonder what the reason is.
Well, I got something.
With the mouse? That sucks.
And let's add some physics.
That's annoying.
This
Physics is funny. It's actually really good. We need to
Well, it is
make a game
difficult.
like that in Unreal
But I
Engine.
can't say I'm having much fun. I think it's all just a little too confusing and clumsy feeling. Okay, let's think about this. While most other Rage games are frustrating because they're intentionally designed to be frustrating, and Getting Over It was sort of like learning how to ride a bike.
Bit more speed. Yep.
Frustration is just a part of learning something new,
Wait, this guy never rode a bike?
which makes it fun.
Who doesn't learn how to ride a
then you
bike
realize that
in a
it's not
modernized
hard.
country? How do you not know
You just
that?
suck at it. Okay, so maybe I just suck at these other games, and that's why I don't find them fun.
Yeah, skill
Whatever.
issue.
I don't know if I actually had a
100%.
point with any of this. Okay, back to the game. I think we need to simplify. So let's forget about the legs.
Wait a minute, his first game was made in Unreal Engine. Ah, aha, I see. Yeah, I remember. He made Punch-a-Bunch in Unreal Engine because I remember we watched a devlog of his where he was complaining about the animation system and he wanted to blend smoothly between two animation states, but not linearly, more like a curve in between them, which is, makes the animation or the transition between two animations a little bit more natural, I guess. Yeah. He was complaining about Unreal Engine at the end of Punch-a-Bunch, and then he said that he was gonna learn Godot, or he's already into Godot learning something new. Yeah, I remember.
And focus on the hands only.
But he f***ing quit Godot.
But how do you control 2 hands with only 1 mouse?
Yeah, how do you do that?
With 2 of them, obviously.
Holy shit! Here we go!
Well, actually, it didn't work. And it seems kind of stupid to ship a game where you need 2 mice.
Yeah.
So, after hours wasted trying different things, possibly days, I finally figured it out.
How do you do it? Wait, I've never played the game. How would you tackle this situation? What would you do? I would say hold shift. You hold shift. Or you have like a middle. Nah. Shift. Control. Left, right mouse button. That could also be working, yeah. Left mouse button, left hand, right mouse button, right hand. Yeah, that could be. And you hold down the mouse button to move the hand. Yeah, okay, so how did he do it?
Okay, and here's how it works. Your mouse movement directly translates to a force being applied to each hand. The hands are connected to the body using standard Newtonian physics, and whenever you hold on to something, the direction of the force is reversed. Confused? Yep, me too. But it works.
See, so like, how do you get to this? This is an interesting concept, right? And what he said is important here. Confused? Yes, me too. How do you get to this? Well, what every sane programmer does. You just try out a bunch of shit until it works. You hack in some random stuff, you put 1 minus, 2 minus, you know, you invert stuff, and then at some point, you get to something that looks like this. That's just how it works. You try out a bunch of random stuff. And you know, to all the people that always complain how, you know, I do that. Fuck you. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. That's all I have to say.
You can also move sideways, and it turns out you can even jump a little bit.
But how do you switch hands? Like left and right mouse button?
And with some animations layered in, it's starting to look pretty broken, actually. This can't be the right clip. What happened? Oh, that's it.
Hello there, Uncle Gucci. Good morning.
Wait a minute. Something strange. The controls feel actually really good. And as I was figuring them out, I was having fun. It's hard to...
Sorry about that. My fucking audio just broke. Stupid voice meter. I'm very sorry.
to describe without you playing the game yourself. It's kind of one of those things.
Yeah, but how do you switch hands?
So I guess you just have to buy the game. Okay, this is getting a bit boring. How about some rocks? Yeah, in the game though.
Okay, wait.
So this is the idea for the game.
So the rock has a collider, which is probably a convex hull. Maybe even, okay. Interesting, yeah. Wait, probably a convex hull, right? And that has a collision detection with the hands. That's gotta be it.
You have to climb your way up a huge level, and you can potentially fall down all the way to the bottom. We don't actually have a bottom. Let's fix that. And there.
And how does he stand? Yeah, he doesn't stand at all, right?
Maybe something softer. Like maybe water.
Aha, so he fixed it. This is so bad. This is so bad.
And you didn't think I was gonna bore you with the details of how the water works? Well, think again, mother... Okay, so here's how it works. First, we evenly distribute some points along a line, And this will be our surface. And then, if the player falls in, say around here, we can apply a force to the closest point. And then we apply the same force to the neighboring spheres, and the next ones, and so on.
Oh, I see water.
Oh, and then we need some damping. But it wouldn't look like water if we didn't have any waves. And if we run a line in between each point, it kind of looks like water.
Okay, now why do you have to switch to Unity?
So I quickly model this guy, and I think it looks pretty good.
Oh, like sexy.
Okay, fine. I didn't make it. I found it online, and it was free, okay? I did texture it myself, though, in case that counts.
Okay, cool.
Anything.
No, that counts.
Well,
you don't need Unity for this.
So let's cover them up a little bit. Oh. Okay, so now we're gonna have to deal with cloth, and cloth is pretty complicated and can end up misbehaving a lot. I've made promises in the past to never ever use cloth in video games again, but it turns out that the built-in cloth thing in Unity is actually pretty good.
Hey, but you're in Godot. Did he like switching from Godot? Okay.
Oh, thank God that's done. Okay, on to the next problem. When you fall really fast and grab a rock, you just kind of snap to it like a magnet. Okay, so let's see if we can fix this by adding some friction. So yeah, friction. How easy do you think that was? Well, really easy actually. Actually, I just used the friction joint that comes with Unity. Huh. And after some programming, I can now assign a friction number to each surface. And so we have some grippy rocks. And we also have some...
Oh, I see. Oh, that's awesome.
Slippy rocks.
Yay.
And it was around this time I switched from using Godot to the Unity game.
Why? People always give me shit for saying that Godot's UI is complicated. Still my point. What he says. What do you say? Why?
Because in Godot, I ended up having to code pretty much all the physics by myself, and I'm really stupid, so it didn't really work out.
Yeah, this engine is not production ready. It's not production ready. He had to code all of this himself? Look at this. Look at the difference, bro. I'd pick Unreal. There's a reason why he switched from Unreal Engine to Unity. Or to Godot. There's a reason for that. I watched this video. It's amazingly entertaining. Yeah. This guy has a background in... filmography? How do you say that? It's not photography, but with like in the filming something. He has a lot of... let's say video experience. Yeah, you can see it. It's very well edited and very well made. Cinematography could be cinematography, but I don't wanna just say some random bullshit. Yeah, I think something like that. He definitely has experience in that. You can see it. His videos are always very well made. I wish I was that good. Not even close. In Unity,
I have all these little helpful things like the friction joint and a few other things. And I kind of have a confession to make. Those prototypes I showed you earlier.
Yeah, they're all in Unity.
Well, I kind of recreated those in Unity. My actual prototypes in Godot from like a year ago. Well, they look like this.
Alright, this is the first alpha male version of this game.
And you guys are telling me that I'm stupid? Oh, thanks. Godot is great. It's production ready. Yeah. That was my reaction too. Listen, guys. I'm not here to like say Godot is bad or anything, but I have used Godot now for I think 40 hours or something at minimum. It's not ready yet. It is not ready yet. There's many things missing, not counting all the bugs that we encountered. Why 40 hours? Because I made, I think, 3 games in Godot. Something like that. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the engine to learn it, to see how it is. You know, check it out. People told me great things about it, and I'm saying it is good, but it is not production ready. Embrace the bugs? I'd rather not, man.
It's really cool.
Okay, moving on. So, now that we
Damn,
have the
this looks
basics
so
of this
much
game laid
better,
down,
bro.
time to make our level.
Hopefully it doesn't spoil us. Oh, he
So
can't?
we start off with the first area of the game, which should be fairly easy, and it is. But because I know you guys are a bunch of whining babies, I'm realizing that we have a problem. See, if you make even the slightest mistake, even in a simple area like this,
Yeah, that's okay.
you're gonna fall back down all the way to the bottom,
Yeah, that's
forcing
okay,
you to
though.
restart.
But that's okay.
And then you're gonna rage quit. And we can't have that now, can we? There is such a thing as boiling the frog slowly. We need to make the player feel invested in the game first, and then we crank up the heat. So, we need some child-proofing. By adding some of these slippery rocks, if you do fall, at least you have something to hold on to. Now, you won't be able to climb on them, but it should give you a chance to correct your mistake. So if you still manage to fall,
You're fucking stupid.
it's your fault.
Yeah,
and you
you're
have
dumb.
only yourself to blame.
Exactly.
So the first section is really just for the player to get used to the controls and
You know what's so cool? Like, I'm sorry to interrupt this now with my stupid video editing talk, but after I've been editing videos for so long now, I'm starting to see and understand what he is doing when he's editing his videos. Really cool to see. For me, it's just very fun to see that. You know, with the baby and stuff, it's like a tracker on the head. It's really cool.
understand how to play the game, but then eventually you'll reach this point where you'll be forced to make your first jump. But this time, there's no childproofing. And jump.
Very nice one. He intentionally botched that one.
People are gonna get really mad here. It's probably a little too difficult, actually.
No! Yeah!
But eventually, we probably will need some type of checkpoint in the game. The easiest option
Very good.
would, of course, be to just add certain points in the game where if you fall
I
down,
hate that.
you get teleported back up. But this feels cheap and doesn't really suit the game at all.
No.
This is a rage game after all,
Yeah.
so you should be able to lose a lot of progress. I thought about adding little hooks here and there that once you grab them, you're safe and you can quit the game without having to worry. But it still doesn't fix the fact that when you fall, most likely you'll fall all the way back down, which seems kind of unfair if you've made a good amount of progress. What if we place a body of water higher up that will serve as a safety net and a resting ground for the player?
But why?
And then we continue building our level on top of that.
Listen, man. Okay, I hated that last part of getting over it, but man, the constant fear and struggle in my brain as I was climbing up this stupid radio tower or whatever this antenna was, I got so frustrated with the fact that I was there, but I could fall down any second now. It was so stressful. So like, you don't have that, right?
This way we can control how far down the player will fall if they do fall. I'm pretty proud of the solution, I will admit. I then spent some time building the background and setting the look for the game.
God, this is so easy, man. Holy shit, look at how easy this is. At least the building.
And when I say setting the
Not
look,
saying the
what I
coding
really
is
mean
easy.
is using the default settings in Unity.
Environment?
Which
What was-
apparently Bennett Foddy also...
Sorry, I missed that. I'm very sorry.
I'm
wanna
pretty proud of the
hear what he's
solution,
saying.
I will admit. I then spent some time building the background and setting the look for the game. And when I say setting the look, what I really mean is using the default settings in Unity.
Okay. I see.
Which apparently Bennett Foddy also did, since, well, both games look the same now.
Yeah, lol, actually, that's what I said in the beginning. They look exactly the same. Look at this, guys. You want to make a game? Fuck, man. Why is the Unity CEO such a fucking trash bag? He's gone, but still, man. The entire company has shit themselves last year, man. Why did they have to do that? I would be so confident suggesting such a game now. God damn it, man. Unity's so good. Maybe they are getting better this year. Copium. God damn it.
Whoops. Well, like Jonas told me, having your game compared to other similar games is actually a really good thing, since it helps people associate your work with something they're already familiar with.
Oh yeah.
And when I posted the trailer for the game, Bennett himself retweeted it, and I think he liked it, so I'll take that as his seal of approval.
That's nice.
Please don't sue me, Bennett.
I've been experimenting with different obstacles, like moving objects and physics-based objects.
The cool thing is you can just do this in Unity. So cool. What I mean by that is you just plug this in, give it some checkbox, and then you try it. Awesome.
Something I ended up spending a lot of time on was getting the hands to connect with the rocks. If you look closely, you'll notice how the shadows aren't connecting with the hands.
Oh,
and,
I see.
Well, it's because they're not. Well, after a lot of research and trial and error, I ended up with this solution. It looks crazy from this perspective, but from the camera, looks great. I mean, in some cases, you'll notice how the arms are really long in the shadow, but nobody needs to know that, right? People are so easy to fool.
No one notices that at all.
And I spent the next 6 months finishing the rest of the game.
I've seen Quinn try this. I've seen him try this. And so he kept walking like this, back and forth. And so at some point it would like go up and he would slowly walk over here and wasn't able to grab the freaking thing because it was too slow. And I think he fell down as well.
Yep. 6 months. I won't bore you with the details, and I don't want to spoil the game for those of you who actually want to play it, but I'll give you a little
Please
sneak
don't
peek.
spoil it.
So after you finish the first area, you'll enter this jungle. So it's a completely different environment, but also you'll be faced with a new challenge. So you'll have this running water, which if you grab, you'll be pushed back down.
Oh. Well, because
So
it
now you'll have
applies
to be a little
force.
bit more careful about where you're placing your hands.
Awesome.
And if you think that's bad, you're gonna love this next part.
Oh, wow.
And the rest of the game consists of 7 different areas, each with their own unique challenges. And I also created some sound effects. And I kept tweaking the controls pretty much throughout the entire process.
This is what I need to work on still. What is the thing that you guys need to work on the most? For me, it's sounds. We made one sound, and I made it like a very simple devlog about it. But yeah, I have made one sound for my game. Game developing. This is the entire thing, entire package. Lol.
Project, and they ended up being around 1,000 lines of code. And besides the character, I ended up making pretty much all of the assets in the entire game myself, which took some time.
Wait, so most of the time, most of the gaming process or the game development that he had to do after this initial period was just stitching together the game.
Menu.
Looks like.
Creating the Steam page.
Well, that's it. 1 year. The question is, can you beat it?
Yeah, it's $10. I'm thinking about buying and trying it out. How long does it take to play the game? How long to beat? Let's see. How long to beat? About 6 hours on average.